Hey Star Wars fans and Silver Screen fans, Nathan Alex Xavier here, just doing my third review now of the .45 Master Replicas scaled lightsabers. And I have got my second slash tied first favourite prequel style lightsaber hilt, Anakin Skywalker. So, as you can see here, it is actually got the actual design of the lightsaber did differ from the original design of the graphics slash Luke Skywalker lightsaber, and this particular design has always been my favourite over the original design of the Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Among the Star Wars fan slash lightsaber enthusiast community, this particular design has always been kind of like referred to as the skinny flex. The reason for that is because the original lightsaber utilized a Graphics 3-cell flash unit, and the one that was used for the episode 3 Anakin Skywalker was not actually a Graphics. It was a machined hilt, machine finished, machine designed, etc., etc. And due to Hayden Christensen having obviously smaller hands than Dave Prowse and the other actors that played Darth Vader in the original movies, they created a prop specifically for him that was actually thinner than the other designs. Obviously, that would have made it easier for Hayden Christensen to do his stunts and all of his lightsaber fights. With it, if it was a larger sort of hilt design, then I can imagine that would not have been very comfortable to use when you're doing hours upon hours of lightsaber training and then doing the actual filming. So yeah, anyway, let's take a little bit of a closer look at this design, and I can go over some things as to why it's my favourite prequel design hilt and why, as a .45 replica or even 1-to-1 scale Master Replicas replica, it's pretty damn impressive. So let's have a closer look at it. As you can see, it's already on the stand that comes with every single one of the .45 Master Replicas hilts. But let's take a closer look at it. As you can see, it is very, very shiny. It's got a nice reflective coating on it, nice finish basically, that obviously is not present with the normal Graphics. That's obviously due to one of the attributes of the actual screen used prop, that it was like a machine sort of finish. And if we have a look at the actual, this is known as like a knurled grip. This is also different to what you would see on the normal episode, the original episode lightsaber hilts. You can see that there are some elements of this design that carried over from the original trilogy designs to this one, but you can also see that there are certain things about this design that are different, which obviously gives it that bit more of a unique sort of design and makes it probably feel and look a little bit more like Hayden Christensen's, rather than him kind of utilising a design that had already been used by other respective actors. But it does carry a lot of the same attributes as the original. You've got the bunny ears here, except for on this design, the bunny ears don't clamp. They don't actually clamp in at all on this one or on the real one. I actually really love that the buttons, the activation button and the blade length adjuster, I think that's the activation button and this is the blade length adjuster. They are different colours. This is more of like a orangey sort of shined brass colour, whereas the original one was red. But I actually really, really like that they went with like an orangey sort of brass colour on this one, because it definitely stands out among the other aesthetics of the hilt. Because obviously you've got the nice chrome machine finish, you've got the utilisation of gold right here in places, and you've got black, so you've got a lovely mixture of different colours that really make it pop, really stand out. It's this actual 0.45 replica is a lot thinner than the Luke Skywalker Empire Strikes Back one. This is obviously to reflect the diameters of the real props that were used, because as aforementioned, this one at full size scale would have been thinner than the original prop. And I do like that this was something that was carried over to the 0.45 scale ones, that this is a lot thinner than the other 0.45s that you can get. But I have to say I'm very happy with it. I picked this up on eBay. The seller was asking for £100. I wasn't really willing to pay that. It got to pretty much the 11th hour, or more like the 11th minute, until it's finished. I offered about 80 quid. They accepted, so I got it for that. Chances are if I'd held out, I probably could have found one on there a little bit cheaper than that. But to be honest, I just really wanted the hilt, so I just got it for what I could get it for, really. I'll probably rebuy it because unfortunately I didn't get the box with this. I got the stand and I got the pegs, but I didn't get the box of it, and it would have been, looking back on it now, it would have been nice to have gotten the presentation box, because I already have two. I have for the Darth Sidious hilt, and obviously the Empire Strikes Back hilt, as you can see in the back. So it would have been nice to have got that as well. So the chances are I will probably rebuy this one. I don't mind spending extra if I get all the goodies and stuff with it. But yeah, I've got to say I'm very, very impressed with it, just like I am with the others. And just like with the others, it is heavy. It has got some heft, and it's got some real durability to it, which is really nice, because as I've said in other reviews, heft and weight kind of feels like that's where your money's going into. It feels like your money's been well spent. That's one of the things that you do look for. You look for detail, you look for accuracy, you look for weight as well, if it can be there. But I would definitely suggest picking one of these up if you're actually into the actual props, or collecting the props, and you don't really want to spend hundreds upon hundreds of pounds on the full size ones. I've got to say that these the thing I probably love the most about these 0.45 replicas is that they make fantastic sort of ornaments, fantastic display pieces, and probably the thing I like the most about them is that, due to what was basically at hand with master replicas when they were making them, every single detail that appears on the full size replicas, the full size props, it is present down to the last detail on these. So what you essentially have is just a miniature version of the real thing, and you can see it if you know the actual props, you know the details, what details are supposed to be on there. It is all on these, and it's just nice to have that at an affordable price and at a size where you can display them, and they don't look too cumbersome, they don't look too bulky, they just look just nice little display pieces. I will be collecting the other, any of the other Skywalker family related lightsabers. So that's the A New Hope original graphics lightsaber, and also the Darth Vader lightsabers. I plan on getting all of those next. So I will be doing a review of those. So yeah, I will see you then. Thanks for tuning in.